today I'm down for another session on the river. I'm really enjoying my river fishing at the minute. Even though I might not be doing absolutely amazing fishing the rivers, there's just something different about it compared to fishing still waters. You never know what you're going to catch. And for me it's a new challenge. I've never really done too much river fishing, so I'm enjoying learning the ropes, learning new things as I go, and finding new spots as well. The stretch of river that I'm on today, I've been visiting for the past 3 days and chucking a little bit of bait in, and that's been on 2 different spots. One right up close to the margins where I've actually seen the reeds knocking every single time I'm down here. They're always moving, so what that is I'm not sure, but a fish is a fish, and at least I know something's in the area. The second spot I've been feeding is further out in deeper water, and that's sort of up to a big snag, a big overhanging tree that's in the water, which, as it is for any fishing, they seem to be great places to hold fish and that fish like to hang around. So 2 likely looking spots, pre-baited. It has been really hot the past few days, and it's still quite hot today. It was very cloudy earlier, but the sun's definitely come out, so what that's going to do to the fishing I'm not sure. It's currently about 5 o'clock, and I'm thinking I'll probably stay till it's quite dark. So I have got plenty of time, don't need to rush getting set up, which is a good thing because I actually need to tie some rigs. And I thought because I need to do that, I'll go through that with you, show you what rigs I'm using and how I tie them.
The components that I need for the rig I'm going to use are very simple and very minimal. To start with, I'm using 25-pound supernatural braided hook link, a size 7 wide gape hook, a micro rig swivel, and an anti-tangle sleeve. And that's all there is to it. The first thing you're going to do is take a long section of supernatural braid. Remembering you want between 18 and 24 inches of braid, so make sure you take plenty off to allow for the knots that we're going to tie. The next thing to do is to tie a whipping knot onto the shank of the hook. To do this, I start by making a small loop from the end of the braid and feeding the tag end of that through the eye of the hook. Then, with the loop, you want to wrap it round. 4 or 5 wraps should do, before pulling that tag end back out, and that is what you will then pull to tie the knot down securely. From there, you want to slide the knot up the shank of the hook, just about level with the barb. Cut that tag end off, and what I like to do, just as with most of my knots, is just blob that to stop it from slipping. Next, you're going to feed the bait swivel onto the end of the braid all the way down to the hook, and then feed the end of that braid through the back of the eye of the hook. This is where you would then set how big you want the D to be. It's completely up to you, it doesn't make too much difference. Then you're going to do a knotless knot, 6 or 7 turns, before feeding that braid back through the eye of the hook. Pull it down tight, and there you have the business end of the rig. Normally for carp fishing I'll use a hook bead. I'll use a hook bead and the swivel. The reason I don't do that on the river is because I feel like in stronger currents that hook bead can slide right to the top of here, and therefore the bait would as well, whereas I prefer the bait to be mounted around this area of the hook, no further than the curve. Then you want to measure the length of the rig, or just guess. Like I say, somewhere between 18 and 24 inches is probably the best bet, and tie the loop knot in the end, which will then be attached to the quick change lead clip. First though, what I want to do is get the anti-tangle sleeve on there. And except for getting a bait on, that rig is ready to go.
I hate these things. Stop it. Don't fight in the water and then it does that. I'll show you off. Come on. I'll get you back. You're doing my head in. I don't know how to hold it. Good start, bad start, whatever you want to call it. Good start in the fact that my rod was probably in 2 or 3 minutes. And then this dinner plate ripped off. I was about to say ripped off. Not quite, but to be honest, it looks like the biggest bream I've ever caught. I think I am actually going to weigh it, because at least then I know what my PB is. As far as bream go, it's pretty decent, but not quite what we're after. I have a feeling though it ripped off. Well, I said it again. It went that quick that there's probably quite a few down there, so I didn't bother chucking my rod straight back out because it probably would have gone again whilst I was trying to film this. So there we go. Session kicked off. Let's see if we can get something that actually pulls back a bit. I think it's safe to say my suspicions were right about what was causing those reeds to knock. This bream came right from in the margin, almost right against them reeds. The rods have been sort of knocking for hours now. Obviously, as you can tell, it's dark, but nothing was getting hooked. I imagine things were just bumping into the line. Obviously, it's tight lines on the river. I don't even know what time it is now, probably 11 o'clock roundabout. We had this guy, so I would normally probably consider, to me, bream to be a bit of a nuisance fish, but I think every angler can appreciate all fish when they're a certain size, and I've got to say, you know, the 2 bream I've had have obviously been quite a decent size, so there we go. I'm not going to chuck that rod back out though. I'm going to leave the 1 rod remaining for a little longer, see if anything happens, because both rods have been knocking. If I don't catch anything else tonight though, I'm going to take the opportunity now to say thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Jesus.